My mother worked at the school I went to, and one time when we got to school, very early, we found a dead body hanging over a railing. Apparently, he was a former student and had come back to reminisce, but had a heart attack. One of my high school teachers had an anger management problem. One day, one of my friends didn't do his homework. My teacher got really mad and threw a table at him. Some kids were literally planning to jump off the school building together. Luckily, we had people who overheard their conversations, so no school students were traumatized. A kid bringing in his communist manifesto and chanting "dead over red," until almost everyone in the class was chanting it. The school principal strangled his dog to death in the school basement because she was pregnant and he didn't know what to do with the puppies. You can still hear faint wheezing, as if somebody is grasping for air. We had a teacher throw a kid out the window. My elementary school was very old, and in its early days kids were supposedly taken to the basement to get hooped and paddled. Legends say that there are still a few kids still down there. Like frat cross ceremonies for kids? Who knew? There was this kid in my little sister's middle school who wrote a book with very vivid and morbid stories, all ending in the death of one of his classmates. Each chapter focused on a different classmate and he would kill them all differently. I think it was around 8 chapters by the time the admins found it. My sister was the focus of one of the chapters. He killed her by pushing her down the stairs and detailed the way her brain fell out of her head and the blood gushed and splattered on the walls, etc. It was awful. He was clearly a talented writer, but his material was disturbing. After many parents protested in front of the school and the local news stations brought attention to the story, he was finally kicked out of school.
When I was in 5th grade, my classmate brought the world's hottest chili papers for 4 of us eat it. My friend didn't eat it, he sticked it in his eye. But impressive thing, he was fine. Didn't even scream, nothing, just chilling with red eye.
There was a girl that was quite abnormal. She screamed and ran around and copied teachers' haircuts and was basically a pest. Our form room was also a tech room, and she was sat at our table and had hold of a tool intended for sharpening wood. She then proceeded to slice open her neck. She was rushed to the hospital. I asked her the next week why, and she said because it was funny.
In the 5th grade, our school was a hospital in World War II. Everyone said that sometimes you could hear babies crying and people crying from pain. Probably, the 6th former student who hung himself from a tree at the bottom of the school field. He was found by some first years collecting wild flowers.